So here's Megan, who's the local Aussie who's looking after me on the Great Ocean Walk. What a great view we've got now. But you can tell the weather's followed me all the way from England. Hi Megan.
Hello Nigel.
So we met quite some time ago.
It was not quite a year ago.
Okay.
End of July last year.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we were both doing the coast to coast, Wainwright's coast to coast. Obviously with different parties, because I was with my daughter, Victoria.
And I was with my mum and her partner.
Somehow we bumped into each other.
A few days we just kind of tag teamed a little bit passing. We seemed to end up at the same kind of campsites.
Yeah.
A couple of times.
Yeah. And then we stopped in that, I think it was called the Crown Hotel in Shap.
Yeah, yeah.
And in the little pub garden. I think I'd mentioned by that time when I was in the pub that I was going to come over to us and do the Great Ocean Walk.
Yeah.
And you said you live next door.
Pretty much. You should definitely stop by if you really are coming over.
Yeah. Which is obviously what I did.
Yeah.
And convince you to be the local guide.
I don't know about this guide business though.
Yeah, you've never done it before, have you?
No.
The blind following the blind kind of thing.
Well and truly.
Yeah.
So far though, the arrows are pointing us in the right direction.
I'm going to say the hours have been helpful.
Yeah.
And the advice I got about snake gators, which I not necessarily would have thought about, not something you necessarily need on the in the lakes, but well, hopefully we won't need it here as well. But I definitely did bring the English weather, and I wouldn't mind. But yesterday, what was the temperature yesterday?
I think it peaked here at 39, so it was definitely a total fireband day, which definitely means it was nearly 40 degrees this way.
Wow.
I think today it's registering about 23 max. It is not that currently.
It certainly doesn't feel 23 at the moment. Right, I suppose we best get on.
Next adventure. Australia's great wildlife.
Okay.
Not quite as ferocious looking as the snake, but can you see right at the front those two pincers?
Oh yeah.
This is a feisty, oh yeah, it can smell me. It's called an inchman because it's an inch long.
Okay.
One of our feisty...
Not metric.
Yeah. No, not metric. One of our feisty ants though, that its bite is super itchy. Quite a lot of people are actually anaphylactic to it. Not a fun one to clop a nip by. So it doesn't look like much, but...
So you see here, it says 3 creeks decision point. And that is because some of the beaches that we're going to can get covered with unexpected waves and strong currents. So we've been lucky to beat the tide. And we may be racing the tide in other places. So you can see, this says they've been treated, do not pick.
And so treated means they've been sprayed with poison so that they die, because they're an invasive species and they pretty much just like smother and suffocate all our native bush. And so the grasses wouldn't grow, the seeds wouldn't flourish.
And we probably encourage them to grow in the hedgerows in the UK, and we'll go blackberry picking. How very strange.
Very different.
Yeah, very different. So apparently we're now going to Elliot Ridge, and it mentions there's a campsite there at 1.5. We've come to a campsite. In fact, this is the first one we've come across. Yeah, tell me.
So it tells you where you are, always like a dot to put you on the map, but then you have to book the exact campsite. So it has them all numbered. So when you go on the Parks Vic website, so you don't get lost, finding which one is yours.
Yeah.
Someone had fun.
Yeah. Someone had time on their hands doing the design.
I like it, there's a little mini tables.
So is that a table or is it a camping platform?
No, a table.
It is a table.
Yeah, but you'd sit, so hikers, you can then sit on the ground. can still, it's not too high for them.
Yeah. Well, apparently we're on Parkerspur Road and we're going down Johnson Track, which is going to take us this way to Blanket Bay campsite, 5 kilometres. And in fact, we were just discussing, we think that will definitely be lunchtime. One is
More of a ghost gum.
a ghost gum.
Yeah, but it's not quite as white as what a true ghost gum would be, so I'm probably leading you on the wrong path, quite giving it that name.
Wow, look at all that. So some more signs, and I've just been told the orange is for a 4-wheel track. And we've got 3.3 to go before we'll give ourselves a rest and lunch. So the people we just saw, this is their tent, and you may recognise it's a Durston trekking tent or trekking pole tent, and we're just going to find somewhere to eat, I think. Oh, that is a full meal.
Make you jealous?
Nah, I'm gonna stick with my protein bars. There we go, Blanket Bay. So we've just done this track, and we started Apollo Bay. And today, I'm just trying to get to here. Well, this would be a lot different to my Duke of Edinburgh experience, which from memory was across the Peak District, starting in Edale and getting lost across Kinder Scout in the mist. So this is Parker's Inlet, and there's a sign that we just said saying you need to make a decision. Is it low enough that you can get across the river? So we're hoping we can. Oh, I'm not sure I'll be quite as successful, but we shall see. Is it supposed to move like that?
But I shuffled along, so I only took 2 steps on it.
Oh, just about. So what's this, Megan?
A Banksia.
Right. And then we've got the eucalyptus over here. So the smells are great at the moment. Well, we're not actually going down here, but we are getting to the point now where we're seeing a number of bays. You could take your pick and have your own private bay. There's Osway Lighthouse. So that's kind of our finish point for today. You are here. And we're kind of walking off into that direction. So yesterday we travelled from Apollo Bay to Ottawa Lighthouse, which was 33 kilometres, and today we're travelling from the lighthouse to Johannes Beach, which is 24 kilometres. I'm just looking at this sign, so obviously you know there's some good stuff coming up. So this is going to be Station Beach. Right, we're heading towards Air River Campground. The main thing for me is we've got M&Ms, so I'm happy. Camping we went to before was the drive-in campsite. Now this is if you were carrying a pack doing the Great Ocean Walk, this would be your hiking campsite. And you would have booked in advance and you'd be given a number and then you would find your spot here. And there's somewhere to hide in the rain, and obviously there's a tap there. Meanwhile, we're going to carry on. Where are we going next?
To Castle Cove and on to Johannes Beach.
That's where we are now. We're now trying to go to here. Should we go to the lookout?
We should go to the lookout.
Right, our destination now, Joanna and her beach. Ah, okay, that's the way to do it. You can tell I've not done this very often. It's how you do this without getting your feet wet. Oh, I just did.
I love that they put the grip patches in.
Yeah.
Slippery when wet.
So this is why we've been cleaning our feet. So it says only to attempt to walk across during low tide and cross the Joanna River. So we think that's Joanna River there. It goes over there. Hopefully we don't have to cross it. And if we look all the way back, we can see no one. It's only water! Could almost be the English countryside. Pam, okay, so mine's Nigel. So nice to meet you. So you, how long ago did you start doing the walk then?
5 days ago.
5 days. And how long are you expecting it to take you?
3 more days, yeah, so yeah.
So you're doing like the full 8 days, like from
taking it slowly.
each camp.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you started this morning at, which one's that one called now?
Johanna.
Johanna, yeah. And then you're going to Ryan's Den, you said?
Yeah, Ryan's Den, I think it is.
Yeah. And I'm just turn sideways on because I'm quite interested in your pack, because it's not a make I recognise, and it's
Yeah, it's a New Zealand brand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's meant to be like good at shifting your weight on the.
And you
Yeah.
and I think you said it's 12 kilos you
Yeah, 12
carry.
kilos.
Is that including all your food and water, or is that?
Yeah, including food and water.
Oh, well, that's pretty good then.
Yeah.
So your base weight must be about 9 or 8, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Ah, that's pretty good going. I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. try
And
pack
I
it
see you've
safe.
got the inReach as well.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Safe.
Yeah, safe
And
for
let me
sure.
know when I start and stop. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's been
good stuff. Okay, well, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet
And
you.
I hope it all goes well.
Yeah, I'll see you around. Okay.
And I will we'll probably overtake you in a bit, but
Yeah, I'm a very slow worker, so do my best.
and would you believe, folks, it's starting to rain. I've come all this way, thousands and thousands of miles to escape the rain, and it's starting to rain. Although I don't think it's enough to get my raincoat out just yet. You can see over there, it's kind of misty rain. And there's some kind of pink flowers down there. What are them?
I don't know what they're called, but they're a bulb.
Oh, I can hear the rain now. So there you go, I'm showing you the roadsides. Obviously the danger of kangaroos crossing and something up there that I don't know, so I'll ask my expert.
It's an echidna.
Echidna?
It looks a little bit like a hedgehog, but 4 times the size.
Oh, okay, that sounds a bit scary.
They're real cute.
Right, you can go first then.
Tackle them all.
How it's coming forward.
We're on its path.
Maybe he's leading us somewhere.
Maybe. Here's the secret way. Softer on the feet though, off the road.
Yeah, come this way. And then you were saying about the spray. So over here, one is we're reassured that we're on the Great Ocean Road again. Sorry, not the road, the walk. Although it feels like the road to me at the moment. But it's the no spray area. So what does that mean?
So blackberries are a pest here and an invasive species, so we spray them. There's possibly other invasive species that get sprayed as well. I have stuff called mistletoe that kind of smothers the trees.
Okay.
So it'll just be this area isn't sprayed. So you could eat a wild blackberry and think you won't get poisoned.
Oh, is this a honesty box maybe? Water. Oh, God, that scared me for a minute. How scary is that? Or friendly? Ah, yeah. Even face spray. I wonder what his name is. He's a captain apparently.
Captain Bert.
Oh, he's here. Captain Bert's logbook. Brilliant. So, are we going to have a look at the homemade marmalade? Oh wow. Don't think I'm going to carry that. I love marmalade. If I was in my car, I definitely would have some. Oh, there you go. I don't need any water. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Down. Can't bring the cat. But firearms also prohibited. Oh, the cat would be happy about that. Being rated on the same level as firearms. So I think this obviously must be the end of the kind of road track. I'm getting back to kind of walking track, I guess. Is that right?
I'm not sure. Yeah. It's got a lock in it so the fire access can come through.
Wow. I expect a style.
Welcome.
Yeah, I can tell it's well worn. Crikey, I wouldn't. Obviously, you couldn't do this with your rucksack on. Oh, yeah. So we are curious. Tree. And a pair of shoes. There's got socks in. Bit, do that again. Oh, yeah, a bit small.
Maybe a size.
It says Ryan's Den 5.3. I think from memory it's 300 metres on the speed, but we should discover. So we've just had our lunch break, and here's a useful map. So we started at Johanna's Beach. There's the track we did. Probably saw the kangaroo round about here. Went across the beach there, and now we're at Ryan's Den. And we're continuing to Parker's Trail here, and then we're kind of cutting a cross line to get to the road here for our pickup. And then day 4 will be all the way to the 12 Apostles. So this is the way we're going now, but we're not going to any of those places. We're going to cut off before we get to them to get to the road to be picked up. Morning, folks. So day 4, the last day. So we're at Parker's Access Road where we finished yesterday, and we're going to the 12 Apostles for the end of our day. I think it's about 24 kilometres. So yeah, and not as up and down as it was yesterday, so should be relatively easy, he says. And I think the weather forecast is going to be about 25 degrees at the top, so again, quite a good day for hiking, really. Right, less talking, I must get going. Oh, gotta clean the old feet again. Oh, that was a bit too enthusiastic. Oh, I've got wet feet now. Damn.
Lucky it's going to be 25 degrees.
Yeah. Well, we've been walking through the forest for some time, but we're now getting to the ocean again. And not just the ocean coming into view, but I think the sun's coming out too. Yeah, it's struggling, but it's getting there. And I love that tree over there. I'm told that's a she oak. She oak. Not sure I'm saying that right. So yeah, we're going to Devil's Kitchen, which is 2.9 kilometres away. But it says you can go to Wreck Beach that way, and I think it says 250 metres. Which might be tempting, because you could have a look at, I think there's various anchors in the beach that have been there like 100 years or so. But it's the thought of walking down 366 steps and coming back the way you've gone. I'm going to give it a miss to that this morning. It's such a lovely day. And what we're finding quite pleasant now is that yesterday there was quite a bit of climbing up and down, but we're finding today fairly relaxed stroll. So this is camping spot number 8. It's close to the view. And just over here, you can see the loo. And the loo's got a glass window. So you've got a loo with a view.
We're ready for any.
Yeah, for every eventuality.
We're always ready. Like,
For sure. So tell us a little bit about yourself. So where you're from? How come you're doing this? What made you decide to do the Great Ocean Walk?
Well, Alison knew about Walk 91, and so she asked us if we'd like to go, and we said yes, we would. We're all now from Sydney.
To do something that was iconic as well.
Yeah.
To do an iconic walk, and Lynn and I had walked, done the 3 capes together, and Trish had done it at another time, and So we wanted to do something that was a bit iconic. We'd driven down the Great Ocean Road but not walked it. So
Okay.
I think that was another reason why as
Okay.
well.
What's been your favourite part of it so far?
The views.
The views,
The
yeah.
views over the ocean.
Yeah.
thing.
Of the, when you get to the ocean bits, yeah, yeah.
Spectacular.
I think I really loved the grass
Trees.
tree.
Yeah.
That was something I had not seen before. The
Okay.
Beautiful grass trees that were growing in that
Yeah.
very still section of behind before we went down into Joanna Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was really beautiful, and the coastal views.
It's interesting also, we've coming from the UK and I'm looking at bits, oh that's really good, but I'm wondering, I'm kind of like, it's interesting to hear your perspective on it as well. So it's, you know, we are finding the same things kind of beautiful and awe-inspiring kind of.
I think the coastline, we're so lucky in Australia. It's quite dramatic.
Yeah.
When you come out, you go, wow. You know, even though we live here and we live quite near the coast in Sydney, it still has that wow factor. I think,
Yeah.
the coast.
Right, well, I'll leave you with one last thought. The loos at the top are really good. It's got the best view. I've
We're all
tested
gonna
them all
use it.
there. I thought that one's definitely the best one.
So it's a loo with a view, is it?
It absolutely is. All the best then. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Have a great journey. So this is River Nook Beach. And of course, absolutely no one there. Right, I think it's Princetown we're going to now. Is it Princetown? Princetown. Yeah, we're going to Princetown now. Okay, what have you found?
Just in here, there's another Australian creature. It's an echidna. It sort of suggests a large hedgehog.
Okay, yeah. That's the one we saw on the sign, isn't it?
It is.
Ah.
Bit smaller than a football, but definitely bigger than a cricket ball like a hedgehog is.
Okay. Ah. There you go, folks. Oh, wow. That is something. So in essence now we're going to walk alongside the river, and somewhere hopefully in that direction we're able to cross it. That's where Princetown will be. So we've just come across this vehicle and we're fairly certain that's the vehicle for the three ladies that we interviewed. And then obviously like this one. Great picture. So this was our lunch stop. Yeah. Watching the workmen build the bridge. Does it say? Ah, yeah. 12 Apostles of Visitors Centre. 7 kilometres. So we should be able to see the Apostles Walkers here. Can you see them, guys? That's where we're trying to get to.